Hello and welcome to Euractiv's EU Tweets of the Week. This week, Brexit is done, I promise, pinky swear. VDL is still narked over not getting a chair, and it's official, EU press releases are too much to bear. This episode is supported by International Probiotics Association Europe. More about them later on. Is that the sound of a fat lady singing? 4 months after its ratification in the Commons, the European Parliament finally gave its consent to the trade agreement between the EU and the UK, aka Brexit. The vote was 664, with only 5 against and 32 abstentions. MEPs really are useless, said Sam Morgan. 6 more voting in favour and we'd have been laughing. Well, yeah, I suppose 666 is the number of the Brexit beast. And speaking of Brexit beasts, his work is done, reported Danny Kemp. Brexit monster taken out back and shot after MEP's back exit treaty, claimed LeShoe before doubling down with the news that Commissioner Maros Šefčovič steps out in a lush blue fur coat. Another week, another scandal. No, wait, actually, it's reruns of the old scandal. This week, European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen told MEPs that her trip to Turkey showed how far we still have to go before women are treated as equals. My story made headlines, she said, but there are so many stories of women, most of them far more serious, that go unobserved. Greens leader, Ska Keller, supported those comments, asking, what about all those women with less privilege? Serious hashtag, fight sexism. However, Lina Arboris thought there's nothing worse than evoking old headlines, a view shared by British publication The Spectator that thought VDL cynically used the incident. Yep, VDL used a debate over her trip to Turkey to talk about her trip to Turkey, quipped Martini Seltzemeyer. Welcome to politics, tweeted Diego Velázquez. Let's get women off the sofa and onto panels, added Anna from Brussels Binder. Together with 74 colleagues, I've written to Charles Michel that apologies for Sofagate are welcome, but it's time to put his money where his mouth is, said MEP Lara Wolters. And DG Meme snarked, VDL remains seated because she's afraid somebody might take her place. Von der Leyen 1, Charles Michel 0. This episode is supported by International Probiotics Association Europe. Probiotic foods and food supplements are high on the agenda. Find out how the association is pushing for clearer use of the term probiotic and better labelling for consumers by following them online. And finally this week, on to the question that exactly no one was asking. Does the European Commission communicate well to the wider public? A political scientist studied almost 45,000 press releases from the Commission published from 1985 to 2021, and his conclusions will come as no surprise to anyone in the EU bubble. It turns out that people can't figure out what words like taxonomy or hair incubator actually mean. Weird, innit? Mused Gerardo Fortuna. Dear colleagues, please, please don't do it, people. Don't do it to yourselves. Speak human, begged Kinga Ostanska. This person really took one for the team. Respect, added Mauro Gatti. Finally, some data to back up what I've been preaching for 20 years, tweeted Gareth Harding. Wait, what? Poor, you say? But don't they engage and mobilise stakeholders into participatory engagement along a roadmap to implementation? Asked Fraser Goodwin. Maybe I'm wrong, but this sounds like a job for Brussels' number 3 effluencer, and indeed, it's Burly Monster to the rescue with this handy conference name generator. Bubblese has never been more impenetrable. And that's it for this week. Join me again next Friday for more snarks and larks in the Brussels bubble Twittersphere.